Michelle, thank you so much for meeting with me today, and I really want to thank you so much for choosing me to be your celebrant for your upcoming wedding ceremony. Now, do you need anything else besides your tea, coffee?
No, this is great.
All good? Excellent. What I would like to do is go through our formalities first, get that out of the way, then we can put all that sort of stuff aside and get to the fun stuff of organising your wedding and talking about your vows and how we're going to make your day special and unique and wonderful, the event that you want it to be. Does that sound okay?
Sounds perfect.
Excellent. So what you've discussed with me is you've told me where you want to get married, when you want to get married. So I understand all of that. So we've got all of that on our paperwork. So we'll get to all of that in a sec. So first of all, I have a copy of my contract. Now I've sent you a copy of the contract via email. Have you read the contract that I sent you on email?
Yep, it's
Yep.
very comprehensive.
Did you have any questions about anything
No.
on the contract? Beautiful. All right, what I would like you both to do then is just do it. Write your full name. Whoever would like to go first, I don't mind, bride or groom first, and then the other one there. So this is just your name for me, and what we'll do at the end is we'll photocopy this, so you'll take a copy with you.
Okay,
so you've got a
great.
copy for your records. So just write your name there. And if you'd like to write Paul's name there for him, or you can write your own. Lovely. So hopefully this contract kind of covers everything that you want from your day from me, and everything that I would expect from you, so we can work together as a great team. Is there anything you wanted to add into this at all? No?
No.
Okay. So, we've talked about payment being made by cash or direct deposit, and I saw that you made the deposit to my bank account. I saw that landed in my bank this morning, so I have your deposit.
Yeah,
So
thanks
we're
for the receipt.
Absolutely, yes. And there's a copy of the receipt in your little welcome pack as well. Excellent. Now, the other thing that I just want to quickly go through again, like I said, you've read this, but I just want to go over it again. You'd like your ceremony at 2 o'clock on the 24th of November. If you are running late, I can stay for up to half an hour. As we've discussed, and as is in the contract, anything over half an hour, there may be an additional fee. And you've put I have your credit card details to put on the contract, so that if you are late, the fee will come out of that credit card. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Excellent.
But those details just stay with you.
Okay, so with the contract, that's important as well. With the contract, with all of your paperwork, with all of your identification documents, what I do is I keep them together in a packet. The packet goes into a filing cabinet, which is in a lockable filing cabinet, and only I have the key. It's not accessible, and I do not leave them out on my desk. And as you can see, I don't have any other client's details out at any time, because I certainly do respect privacy.
Thank you.
Okay, so if you don't mind, and if you're happy with our contract, I think, the other thing we need to discuss as well with our meetings. So we're going to have this initial meeting where we're going to talk about how we're going to start planning your ceremony. Then we can have 2 more meetings and as many emails, back and forth, phone calls, etc. as you like. We'll just go backwards and forth as often as you like, and I will get back to your emails within 48 hours, like I've said in the contract. So sometimes if I don't get back to you straight away, you know I have a family, and I'll get back to you as quick as I possibly can, but we'll be able to go backwards and forwards and definitely get what you like. And then probably 48 hours before your wedding, I'd like to, if you would like, we'll have a rehearsal, and at that time we will sign your no legal impediment to marriage. That form basically says there is no reason why legally you can't be married. So you've said before that neither of you have been married before. You're both Australian citizens, you're both born in Australia, so there's nothing preventing you from getting married to one another, is there? No. So we'll just be signing that paperwork at your rehearsal, if you are having a rehearsal, and then that will be the last piece of paperwork before your actual ceremony. And then the next thing will be your wedding certificate after you've said your vows. How lovely. Alright, so what I'll get you each to do is, don't worry about writing your name, just first person sign there, second person sign there, and then I'll sign down the bottom. I said I'll photocopy this, so you'll actually have a photocopy of our signed contract to take with you today. Okay. What I'd like to go through now is a bit more of our actual legal paperwork, the stuff that the government requires you to do. So this is your notice of intended marriage. This is the thing I discussed with you that we need to submit no less than a month before your wedding. Now your wedding's the 24th of November. We've got heaps of time, so that's perfect. So we've agreed to 2 o'clock.
Yes.
On the 24th of November, and that's a Saturday.
The weather will be warmer there.
Oh, definitely, definitely. We don't want a winter wedding. And the Rose Gardens Parliament House, which is
roses will be coming out
beautiful.
then.
They'll be in bloom and smelling lovely. Okay, in here my details. Now, what I would like each of you to do is have a look here. So we have Paul, here we have your details. Michelle, here we have your details. What I'd like each of you to do is just to check and make sure all of your details are correct, your names are spelt right, because these are the names that will be on your wedding certificate. So it's important that we get your spelling correct now. Dates of birth, your parents' details, and I understand each of your parents were born in Australia. Is there anything at all that you see that might be?
Do we need to put in a birthplace?
Yes, I will get that off your birth certificate. I haven't put that in there. Very good point. Okay, so may I please have a copy of your birth certificate? Go and see you've brought your birth certificate there. Do you have the original?
Yep.
Lovely. That's your original, and that's a copy. Thank you for bringing a copy. Excellent. And that's the other original.
Did you need a certified true copy? Or just have
I can certify those myself. Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. So
That makes
that's
it easier
fine.
to try and find, isn't it?
Certainly, running around trying to get a JP
Oh,
and
yeah.
all those sort of things. No,
Yeah.
I can do that for you. So, yep, they are copies. They are good. So there's your originals back. Please keep those so I don't take them. You can have your copies. And I will put here. And Michelle, what town were you born in?
A little place called Store. S-T-A-W-E-L-L.
And that's in Victoria, isn't it?
It is.
Okay.
Don't vote against me.
Don't worry, I'm Victorian. All right. So neither of you have been previously married, so I haven't filled anything out there. So is all of that correct?
Yep.
Okay. The next part is: are you related to each other? No.
Looking forward to being soon.
No. Okay. So I've clicked no there. Yep. So we don't need to fill that one in. And party 1, which will be, just because of the way I filled it out, Paul, that will be yourself, and party 2 will be yourself, Michelle. So if you could each sign your notice of intended marriage, please. And I can witness those for you. Lovely. And in qualification, I am the authorised marriage celebrant, which is what I have written here. And today's date.
So that gets sent off to the government along with the actual marriage certificate on the day.
And on the day, after your action, yes. Okay, so what we have here, this is the bit that I will complete. So today's date, that's today's date. The rights we'll be using will be the Marriage Act of 1961, which is what we use. That is the date your wedding will be solemnised. Is that the correct date? 24th November 2018? Yes. This is where we will be doing it. Okay. We have your birth certificates. And I have your birth certificate numbers, which I've written down here. And driver's licences. May I please see your driver's licences? And again, I see you have a copy.
It's got to be both the same sheet.
so I will keep, I'll just check them. Beautiful, that's a copy of each of those on there, one there, one there. So they're mine to go with the notice of intended marriage as well. And we will tick that you've produced the driver's licence and put your driver's licence number in there. There goes back for you. We'll come back to this in a moment. There's one more thing I need to do on here, but I'll do that at the end. Okay. So, we're happy with the notice of intended marriage. You don't have any questions about that, no questions about the contract. Actually, we'll do this right now. So, the next thing is we need to give you is relationship counselling. Now, at the moment, I know you're getting married and everything feels wonderful and exciting, but it is a massive step, and you need to understand what other implications there are to your life. It's not just a matter of we're getting married, but obviously there'll be implications such as obviously you're already citizens, but you know, making a will, differences to your taxation, the way that will work, those sort of things. So it's important that you understand all of the implications of getting married. It is not just our relationship is changing, it is our entire life is changing. So this brochure here has been made up by the government. And legally, I have to give it to you, but I also think it is really important. So I would like you to have a read. There is a copy in your packet, so you will be taking your copy with you, and it discusses everything that you could probably have a bit of a think about, your health and welfare benefits, changing your name, if one of you want to change your name, or both of you, if you want to hyphenate and keep them the same, those sort of things to think about. I will be including a change of name pack in your with your wedding certificate after your wedding, so if you'd like to change your name, the paperwork will be there. But it's something to think about because changing your name is actually quite arduous. So think about all of those sort of things. And what I have also provided is there's quite a comprehensive list of relationship counselling services in Canberra. Feel free to give whichever one's a call and maybe have a meeting with somebody, have a talk to them. These are professionals. They're not there to talk to you about fractures in your relationship or sorting out a fight. It's about how we're going to adapt to this massive change in our life. So that will go with you as well. And so I'm just identifying that I have given you a copy of that brochure. So that will all stay together. Alright. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is the fun part, the actual ceremony. I've got a couple of books here for you to borrow if you like. Feel free, there's some lovely poems in there, particularly some Australian poems. I know you're quite interested in including some Australiana into your ceremony. You've said you would like that, so something to certainly think about. So with your ceremony, you don't have to do it anyway. You can do it however you choose. There's a couple of legal requirements which we have to do. Apart from that, we can make it as unique as you like. If you would like, we can do a traditional welcome to country where we acknowledge the Indigenous owners of the land, if you like. I will introduce myself. What I legally have to say is my name and that I am duly authorised by law to solemnise marriages. So legally, that's the first thing I have to say. Lovely then to perhaps have a reading or discuss your relationship, how you met. We could talk about something like that. If you've got a wonderful story you would like to share about each other. Again, these are whatever you choose for your wedding. If you would like to have a song in here, if you'd like to have a family or friend stand up and say something. Quite often, you're not getting given away, are you, Michelle? You've chosen to not have anyone give you away at your ceremony. But if you change your mind, obviously that will be at the very beginning, is when whoever you choose to give you away, that will be there. And whether or not you'd like that person to say some words or how we would like to conduct that. Okay, and we will do that for the person as well. It's quite nice then as well to make a thank you to your parents, your grandparents, any significant others, people who have been important in your life and your upbringing, people who have brought you to this stage of life. So we can think about what we might like to say there.